To be Brandon, you want to get on Jeezy?
Yeah. Let's talk about the snow.
I got a presentation. Hold on.
Well, can I show a video? Well, I'll let you do that. I just want to show a video real quick.
All right, go ahead. Do what you got to do.
His wife said.
Oh, loved black guys. Yeah, I did. But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why I married a white man. That's what I like.
Hold up.
Hold up. So did you hear what she said?
We say it again.
All right,
You dated black guys.
Loved black guys. Yeah, I did. But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why I married a white man. That's what I like.
Hold up. What do you mean, dark meat on the side?
Because she lightweight offensive. I am
No, I'm not. I'm saying, like, I really do think black men are attractive. I do. Like, that's my...
Well, what do you mean, dark meat on the side?
That means, honey.
That's...
You know what that means.
Wait, what are you reading it as?
How did you say it?
I'm just saying, like, when I think about men, I like dark men. I do.
You like your main man to be white and your side piece
I just want to pause this real quick. Is this a white woman saying this, or is she got Asian in her? Some type of Asian. Why would she start with white? But anyway,
explain what you mean. Okay,
what you meant.
No, if you go pause it, let me say something.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Per Dr. Carr Anderson.
Okay, that's a good person to quote.
Asian people are in the second run up to becoming white.
Okay.
All right, you keep going.
To date black men. Okay, I think they're attractive. But what I decided to stick to, because it just kept me happiest, was my man Freddie, who happens to be white.
Are you sure?
Yes!
I dated an Asian man once.
You did?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
How did that go, Lonnie?
Yeah, because he had a Chinese restaurant. That's why I dated him. I had all the free beef and broccoli I could eat.
Is that a racist comment? Can you say stuff like that? What? That's okay, right? I dated an Asian man. I had all the beef and broccoli that I wanted.
Brandon, the last time you seen a charisma person, was you ordering some beef or broccoli?
Maybe.
All right. Or was you trying to buy a car? Or at Best Buy? Where was you at? Was you at the restaurant?
A Chinese restaurant, yes.
Okay, so hey, it's truth. It's truth what she said that big heifer's talking about.
Right. So I just wanted to play that to kind of set things up because she was dating a white man and she was married to him, I believe, for 10 years.
Brandon, you know good and well that's a bigger thing to talk about. See,
what?
Okay, I'm gonna let guys. I may be wrong, but I think this is.
You think it's right or wrong?
No. What I'm about to say. Okay. I'm just about to put it out there. Beautiful man.
Okay.
That's people who look like me. Guys, we try not to get banned on YouTube. If we have relations with a person outside of beautiful people, we may try to knock it out to represent the race.
Wait, what? You say knock it out. What you mean?
Knock it out.
Knock what out? The relationship, make it perfect? What do you mean?
No, Brady, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. In the sack. Knock it out.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay.
So with another person who looks like us, we may be
do that?
No, we may be in our base form.
Okay, I got you.
But if we get to another person that's outside of us, we say, hey man, we gotta represent we gotta keep the stereotype alive.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
So we may try to knock it out. And it's always been some taboo of dating outside.
But I think you're right in knock it out. But also, if I'm gonna date this person, I gotta make sure it's right and it works. Because
Brandon, I'm talking about knocking some pussy out. We're talking about
but we're talking about this situation with Jeezy. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. You're right. But also, I think that people like to try to make that relationship work too. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But it does
into some real shit we talking about.
Is it real? Go ahead. Let me see. Because I'm gonna give you some pushback.
Now you ain't getting no pushback on this.
I'm gonna give you if it's not right.
Well, if you,
wait, what?
We use hey, man of the metaverse. I don't know what Brandon talking about. We don't speak on gossip.
We're not speaking on gossip, but certain things add to certain things, and we want to make sure men, when they enter certain situations, to know what to look for, to know what to avoid. because certain people, you can just look at certain situations and you'll stay out of certain things. That's all.
Brandon, let me work it.
Go ahead. I'm gonna do my part too.
Man in the metaverse. Most black guys ain't married. So I interviewed a married black guy today, which is my partner, Beach Dad. All right. And I asked Beach Dad, I said, Beach Dad, tell me the top reasons why a married man will divorce his wife, and text me right now because Brandon be delayed. Brandon, when you text Brandon only text back. You know,
and why is that? But I
don't have an Apple. I don't know if you've seen it or not. You know, so you ain't gonna get this from nowhere on YouTube or any social media sites because those people are fake. We are real over here.
Okay,
so
I agree with that.
I asked Brandon, what will make a man divorce his wife? But guys, hold on, let me click on it. Hold on. But guys, let's talk about the Bible first. Brandon, read that.
A man might marry a woman and then find some secret thing about her that he doesn't like. If that man is not pleased with her, he must write the divorce papers and give them to her. Then he must send her from his house. That's in the Bible?
Deuteronomy 24th chapter, first verse. So here's a quote before we get into it. Now, I'm just going to let a side note. The Bible do contradicts itself what Jesus said after this in the New Testament, but this is the Old Testament.
Okay.
So this is they say God is everlasting, none changing. But why he changes in the Bible, Brandon? But don't say nothing. So Brandon said a man has a right to divorce his wife if he finds something he didn't know about her, aka she got 20 bodies. AKA,
and we're not talking about murders. You're not talking about murder.
And 20 bodies is low these days. That's back in the 80s, back in the 90s. You know, I thought back in the day, I thought 10 bodies was a lot. Right. But boy, we showing our age out here, ain't it, bro?
Right. Some people might have that in a month now.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
But Brandon, I just want Brandon. In 2003, ain't you thought 10 bodies was a lot?
It was. 6 is a lot.
Yeah.
You're like, how many people you done been with? 6. Oh, that's a hoe right there.
But now in 2023, 30 bodies is almost like a virgin.
Right.
It's almost like a virgin. And if you do the math, you will throw up if you do the math. So we ain't going to do the math. Boy, you better. If you have a person sex once a year for 10 years, that's 10 bodies. But I think people be having sex every 3 weeks.
Right.
You know,
at least
52 weeks.
The way they talk about it, right?
That's
the way they talk about
20 bodies in a year.
And you don't really hear people talking about STDs, HIV, AIDS, any of that kind of stuff.
We talk about it.
We do, yeah, for sure.
Mouth be looking like you've been chewing on poison ivy. All right.
But go ahead.
All right. Brandon said one. Now, this is not from the top 1 to the top 2, top 3.
And this is a good point, but what the Bible does say too. But how hard is this to do in the year 2023 on both sides? Because it doesn't say men should be virgins and get married. It said you should marry a woman who's a virgin. But go ahead.
I want to. Now I was listening to Pastor Dow. Now I want to inform Mr. Taylor. He says Bible says man should marry virgins. That is true. But a man can marry any woman that's not married.
Right.
And he can have sex with any woman he would take as his wife.
Right.
So if you have sex with a woman, that woman should eventually become your wife.
All right.
So you can't be out here just poking. Because you can't have all those wives back in the day because you had to pay for them.
Right. And we have gotten away from that, like having concubines and all that kind of stuff anyway, but
and watch this, Brandon. If you read the text that I just said, 2 lines after that, every new wife, you supposed to make sure she comes to your house and you got to please her for 1 whole year. So you got to be a simp. All right. So they're telling you to be a simp in the Bible for a year. So that keeps you straight, Brandon. How many women you could fully please for 1 year, Brandon?
One.
So you won't have that many wives.
Correct.
And if you can't pay for or do what a host is supposed to do, she got a right to divorce you because you ain't living up to your obligation. You lied to her.
That's true.
And then your name get off in the streets. They said, Brandon, he may got something hard, but he can't pay for nothing.
Right.
Then see, back in the day, it wasn't no social media. So when somebody says something, it may be true. All right.
Well, go ahead.
Our man Brandon said a man may divorce his wife if she's cheating. Brandon, what's your definition of cheating? I can't talk. I ain't married. What's your definition of cheating?
My definition would be doing something inappropriate with someone else that you wouldn't feel comfortable doing in front of your wife.
Boy, Brandon, you smart, ain't it?
Yeah, I'm very smart.
Okay, see, now Brandon did not say no intercourse.
Right.
He left it very open.
Yeah.
Doing something inappropriate that you would not do with your wife. Read that too. We said,
Okay.
Brandon.
It said Abraham was smashing his maid Hagar, got her pregnant, and sent her and their son Ishmael into the wilderness.
Some people do some bitch ass shit. You know what I'm talking about? In the Bible, some people do some bitch ass shit. So let's talk about David. King David. Everybody love King David, right?
Somewhat. Yeah, go ahead. Tell us about King David. Because I can't remember. I can't remember. I ain't about to lie.
King David had his main girl right here. You see that? Mm-hmm. Hey girl, how you doing? He was in charge. Back then they was fighting a lot. Mm-hmm. He was in charge of my army. Okay. He saw this bad girl. I'm talking about she had a big booty, breasts with the t-shirt, nipple sticking out and everything. He said, I want her. But that girl is married to that man. Mm-hmm. So if I keep the laws, I can't have her because I'll be put to death. Because you can't, another man can't have another man's wife. That's a death penalty. So what he done is say, okay, I'm gonna set him up, Brandon.
That's what I was thinking.
Take his husband, take the husband. Take his wife.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Send him out there to fight and put him on the front line.
Right.
And what usually happens on the front line, Brandon?
You die first. There you go.
And what happens to the woman? No more husband, right?
Right, correct.
And let that be it. All right, Brandon. Now, Brandon said cheating. Brandon, I like how you use the words cheating because you didn't use intercourse. You said inappropriate.
Yeah.
So what's inappropriate? Just a few things inappropriate in your mind. Now this is new for me because we never talked about this before.
Right.
In your mind.
Flirting, that would be something.
What kind of flirting?
Sexual flirting.
Okay.
Like compliments and stuff like that.
Wait, hold on. If your wife works with a man that works, that's a nice shirt.
Is that, I guess, okay, like sexual compliments.
Okay, all right. What else?
Because I guess that sexual compliments, flirting,
you said
touching, hugging. Like I think I would, like, depending on what kind of situation you have. If I see my wife hug somebody else, I'll be okay with that.
What kind of hug?
and that's what I'm about to say. It depends on what kind of hug it is too. Somebody give you, one of those, or like, with respect, or if it's a deep embrace, it's different ways of hugging. So,
you know what's crazy, Brandon? I can't speak on it because I ain't married, but I would not want to be in that situation because you see this on social media a lot. A girl come up, she in a relationship, hug a guy. I'm talking about hug pelvis on pelvis, and she jumping for joy. Right. Now, as a pimp, I'm supposed to walk away like fuck that hoe.
Right.
But
go ahead.
I don't know. I may be drinking something. I may have to slug the guy. Am I wrong?
You may be. I mean, can you be wrong for reacting how you react?
I can't.
If that's how you feel.
I mean, I'm a peaceful person, but violence ain't no thing. I can get to it if you have to. You know what I mean?
But it all depends on who you with and what you're comfortable with. And like I say, sometimes I guess something may happen and you may not react the first time, but then you have a conversation about it. Be like, hey, this kind of made me feel a certain type of way because you not do this. Right?
Yeah. Brandon,
go ahead.
Tell me now. I always thought about the scenario. Maybe I come to a point in my life I can't dance anymore. Mm-hmm. And my loved one loves to dance.
Right.
That's
a good one too.
Can your loved one dance with another person while I'm there?
Not while I'm there.
But how about she asks you first?
And
your knee busted. brother, and your knee busted, and you know she likes to dance.
Well, she better dance with me in this chair. Be spinning around.
So she can't do that. She can't do the.
She can dance. She can dance on the floor at a distance, not with somebody. Because you know how people be dancing. Because you know I went to my brother's wedding, we were dancing. You could dance on the dance floor with everybody. But if you turned around and you locked with somebody and y'all dancing,
how about hand dancing?
Spin you around? What you mean?
Oh, okay. So hand dancing. That's old fashioned, and he spins her. This hand dancing. No, you got your.
This ain't even the era. This ain't even the era for that. So no.
No, quit lying. I talked to a black woman 2 weeks ago. She said she was going hand dancing in DC.
Well, that's something different, I guess, because you guys have a different culture up there, and they got a shag down here that people dance like that. You heard the shag? Or whatever, that's some little popular thing that they do every now and then. It's busy, like that's something people gonna be doing. And you know, if you're into dancing like that, okay, I may be there. I don't think I want to see it though.
Can your wife dance with another man while you in a wheelchair and she loved to dance? All right, brother, yes or no? She ain't doing no booty butt dancing.
One dance, maybe, yes.
But she actually
trying to dance all night. What I'm doing is watch.
Why you in a wheelchair? What can you do? You lucky your dick can't get up.
Well, why are we there? Well, that's what I'm saying. I may not be there. I would rather her.
No, you go. No, Brandon. No. It's a black people organization. All right. So food, drinks, music. Somebody may want to dance.
I hear you.
So can your wife dance with another man she loved dancing and you in a wheelchair?
Yep, I have a song.
Oh Lord, I didn't know Brandon like that.
It's easy to say, oh yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I'm gonna be sitting and watching, drinking, sipping, and doing Hennessy, looking.
Well,
I don't want to do that. That's torture. I don't think I would want to do that. But like I say, if your partner, you trust your partner, y'all, built something. It's harmless. Do you think if it was the other way around, I would tell my wife, yeah, I love to dance. I'm gonna just dance with this lady.
No. You ain't your wife. I'm talking about.
But that's what I'm saying.
You're the leader.
I hear you. So go ahead.
You the leader. You a logical person.
So what are you trying to say? The more logical?
Nah, she make it jealous very quick.
Well, and men like to act like they don't get jealous, but men do get jealous too. Not as much, but yeah, you could feel a certain type of way. Like I say, I'd rather just not see, because what am I doing? I'm just sitting here watching her dance with somebody else. And like I say, yeah, I mean, I can say, yeah, that's fine. But when you're in the moment, it's different.
Yeah, I guess.
Like one song, but go ahead.
I guess you in a wheelchair. I can't say yes or no because I still talk about a photo that my girl took 10 years before we got to bed. I still talk about you.
Right. It don't bother you, but it bothers you. You know what I'm saying?
I say, yeah, you was in that photo in that all white party. I see
right.
Having a good time. The booty in the midsection. Yeah. I seen it. But hey, we get older now, so we're supposed to get wiser.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
All right, Mr. Beachstead said one of the reasons a man may divorce his wife is not enough sex. Brandon, what does that mean?
That means you're just not getting none. But you said when you asked me this question, you said what would be a reason? A man, not necessarily me.
But you're a man, ain't it? You're a man, ain't it?
But we're talking about all men, not just me in particular.
Well, no, we talk about a married man. Would it be a reason a married man?
Yeah, that would be a reason. But you pinning me down. You trying to pin me down. But you're right. That is one of the reasons. Because men do like to have sex, right?
I would say so.
Yeah,
I would say so. Do women like to have sex?
Yeah, they do.
How about married women?
Yes, they do. But like I say, I think when you get married, people act like this is not something that happens. When you get married, it'll go down some. When you have kids, it'll go down some. When you get busy, it does go down some. But that doesn't mean you don't want to have it. That's just the honest truth. So should a man divorce his wife if he ain't getting none? I say no. But you asked me why would a man?
What you mean say no? Why? Why you say no?
Well, do you think you get married because of sex? Like if your part, just like if I was in a wheelchair and my wife wanted to dance, and I couldn't dance, should she divorce me because I can't dance anymore?
Brandon, I'm trying to be entertainment.
Well, you asking me the truth.
I'm trying to be entertainment, and you up here talking about logical stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
You asking good questions,
All
and
right.
go ahead.
Oh Lord, not enough sex.
But
sometimes it says you need to fall in love with your wife's bosom. So
the Bible says that.
Somewhere up in there.
Mm. But does it say? Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Per Deuteronomy, she kept that secret. So before y'all got married, y'all was doing it a whole lot.
Right.
And she kept some secret. She said, after we get married, not get married, I ain't gonna have sex with him. But here's the thing. It's a lot. Man, this is deeper. Like, does stuff change in the marriage?
Yeah, it does. And that's why. Go ahead. That's why.
Does stress get more? You know, if a person, if Brandon is 43 years old and working 16 hours a day, I don't want to say guaranteed, but I say Brandon go turn into a 4-minute man.
It could be a possibility.
Right. Now, why I say 4 minute? I didn't say foreplay. I said 4 minute of pumping. All right. So I know Brandon may stretch it out, but it's gonna be 4 minutes of pumping.
And that goes back to what you said. You got to stay in shape. You got to keep your endurance up.
No, Brandon. I said you work 16 hours a day, Brandon. 6 days a week.
Okay.
You lifting them boxes up, bringing the boxes down, then coming down the conveyor belt. Then you get off work, eat your bean and weenies, go to your other job. You know what I'm saying? Your other job, what they don't know, they own your butt. You know, you got to hold yourself back from hitting the little guy. You know, so when you come home,
you don't even have time for anything.
That's what I said.
4
minutes, and you put a 10-minute foreplay on there, it'd be the time of the lifetime.
Right, that's what I'm about to say. That's good. That's good. I'm doing all right.
Your feet be laid down.
but one of the things about getting older, like that kind of stuff changes, and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're with the person and they understand what you got going on. Everybody's not going to understand it though. So if you work in 16 hours and you don't have time for somebody and you're trying to date, they ain't going for that. They ain't going for that 4 minutes.
All right. How about this? You got married and you didn't have no sex in the last 4 years. Mm-hmm. But you want it, but it's always but you can't get it. It's always an excuse.
Right.
But the other person got time to play tennis. Got time to go bike riding. And got time to go out with friends. Should you file the paperwork?
You might have to file the paperwork on that one.
Okay. All right. Well, you see how I put them scenarios on there?
Yes.
See, I said, damn, if a person got time to do this,
right?
It's all activities. Do this,
but you can't do this activity.
But you can't do this. I said something going on. All right, so that may be a reason. Oh, this is a good one. Not on the same page. Now, Brandon, what you mean by that? I don't understand that.
Well, in a relationship and a marriage, sometimes you're not on the same page. And if you're not on the same page, it's not going to work. Because we'll just use these two, for example. One of them may be on a TV show. She may be doing a reel. She may be traveling over here in California, doing whatever she does. Jeezy, he may have some properties that he's managing. He needs to be in Atlanta. They're on two different pages. They've got a baby. Who's taking care of the baby? I want you to take care of the baby and stay at home. No, Jesus, I want you to take care of the baby, stay at home. I want you to quit your job.
Now
Jesus, you ain't putting out no albums. I want you. The Snowman, that shit is over with.
He don't do no. He about buildings. He don't do no albums. And ain't nobody taking care of no
another
baby.
Jeezy. Well, he did put an album out recently. He keeps saying he's retired, but he still got some out. He's still making songs. He's not doing what you said Webby doing. Webby said he stopped. Jeezy ain't stopped. But I think they're not on the same page. And in a relationship, you have to be on the same page. Go ahead.
Now, here's the thing. Brandon never discipline his child physically, correct?
Yes, correct.
Now, if I believe in discipline physically, would that create some friction between a relationship?
Yeah, it could for sure. But those are some of the things you gotta discuss before you get married with somebody, because you don't want to have to jump into it and then y'all trying to find different things that you do have in common, because you have so many things you don't are not on the same page with. Anyone who gets a divorce in less than 5 years means their sex is whack.
Man, I don't want to even comment on that, because he posed a real question. I don't know. I don't know. Like we said in this, the first three topics, it could be cheating, it could be not on the same page, it could be sex.
But you know what? I think like when you first get with somebody, the sex is amazing sometimes, and then like I say, when you get married and you start having kids and the dynamic changes, like it's gonna be different. Like you can still get back up here, but it's so much other stuff going on. Sometimes it's not gonna be like y'all just single or y'all were just dating and y'all just hooked up, and that comes with getting older. That comes with having children, trying to find time to be intimate and stuff like that, putting kids to bed and all. I mean, a lot comes into play. Like I say, they traveling, they doing all this stuff. That stuff, you tired, you old,
And their interactions, maybe
for sure.
She's a female dog.
You never know. And I was gonna try to find this clip too, because she's on the reel. She likes to talk about her relationship. She said she was giving Jeezy head, and she said she farted twice.
And she what?
She farted. She passed gas.
That happened before they.
And she
well, I don't know about in that action,
but she was saying, she was like, "Are you okay? Are you turned off about it?" He was like, "Nah, it's fine. Just keep going." That's what he said. He said,
okay, here's the thing. Now, was she on what diet was she on? Was she on a Negro diet or a Philippines diet? Because I don't know how them egg rolls. If you eat them egg rolls, that sushi coming out. I don't know. But in general, guys don't stop.
Yeah, guys don't care.
If they smell a scent.
For sure.
Now, an odor is different.
Correct.
But a scent, that's given over. I should say that in public.
Anyway. I don't know. And that's what my point is. Like, Jeezy may want to carry himself in his relationship a certain way, but she want to get on there with her little girls and just be doing all this. So that might have been a turn off to Jeezy. And like I say, we're not gossiping, but what we're doing is pointing out certain things that women do and certain things that guys don't like. And if you don't tell people what you don't like, they'll never know. So he might have pulled her to the side and told her, "I don't like to have my business all out there like that." And she's like, "Well, I do the show where they want to know what my love life is, and I like to be open." And be like, "Okay, well, we're not really on the same page."
You're right. We ain't gossip. I was about to bring this up, but I'll bring it up anyway. This is not gossip, but so I'm not gonna give an opinion.
Mm.
No, I'm just gonna state something.
Mm.
When just before they got married,
I gotta take this off. You see what he's saying? Allegedly.
Man, we ain't gonna let me talk like that. I talk in code. Just before they got married, she was on wasn't that with the View? No, Real Talk.
The Real.
Mm. When COVID first happened, she came up there saying Asian people are the most attacked people in America and the most hated.
Mm.
Now, in my opinion, I'm not talking about what happened to them.
Right.
I said, this ain't gonna work out, man.
Right, correct.
I feel the pain. I hear what she said.
Right.
Asian people been up here since the 1890s. All right. They got paid from pulling the railroads in. They were oppressed because they couldn't open up businesses. They only had the opportunity to open up dry cleaners. And Brent, I'm speaking pure facts.
Go ahead. I'm laughing. I'm just laughing. You're right, though. You are right.
Dry cleaners and tailors on the West Coast. So they've been oppressed.
Right.
And during World War II, not all Asians, but the people who had Japanese descent was sent into hotels
Okay.
for a year or so.
Did they have to pay for these hotels?
No, Brandon, it was camps, Brandon.
Yeah,
they had to lock them up. Yeah, it was camps. So they were sitting there. Now they didn't beat them. They didn't work them. They just had to sit there because they didn't know who was who. When Pearl Harbor happened, they didn't know who was who. Everybody's the enemy. We got the wonderful people. We got the beautiful people. But the charismatic people, we don't know who they is. So we lock them up.
Right.
So she's saying doing that, only be allowed to open up dry cleaners and being in hotels. They are the worst treated demographic in America. I knew they ain't gonna work out what she said.
Right. And how do you think Jeezy feel about that comment? Do you think she right? That is technically his wife still, but at the time, you know, I guess she said that when they were dating because during COVID they were probably dating. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they got married. You think they had a conversation because Jeezy is black and black people have been oppressed the most in America. We've been enslaved in America. We've been segregated, all kind of stuff, and we still being held back to a certain extent today. So how could the two compare?
As a black man that's smart, I think Jeezy had to overlook that comment. Because if you bring everything up, it'll be a whole lot of fighting. Right. So something in America, I don't know if it's true or not, Brandon.
I'll tell you if you sound like you're on point, but go ahead.
Don't you got to overlook some things?
You sure do. You got to wait. You have to chuck it. You got to write it down and fold it up in your pocket and put it away.
No, I'm not. Brandon talking about that bitch shit. He talking about right now.
No.
And what? Bring it back up? You can't bring it back up, Brandon.
Yes, you can. Especially when it'll come up later, because you got in a relationship, you have to pick your battles and you have to figure out a way to do it constructively and have these conversations where it's not an argument. Like me and my wife, we try not to argue if we have a differences of agreement or a difference of views on something. But like, you know, you have to come to some kind of balance or some kind of middle ground, because we're not going to agree on everything. My wife is telling me today, I leave the lights on too much. I have all the lights on downstairs. Is that a smart?
We'll be fighting.
Right. So is she right? What if I want all the lights on? But is that the smartest thing to do? No, I don't have to have all the lights on, right?
You just don't know you got the lights on. That's all that is, right?
Right, correct. But I do like having the area bright. But there are other ways around that. But go ahead.
So the answer to Brandon's problem, I wish we was live. Brandon need to get
what you mean we're
motion lights in his house.
Well, so I moved, I did have that. I had the cameras, so every time you go by the cameras, it'll turn on the lights in the area that you're on. And when you leave, they'll go off. I just don't have it set up the same way anymore.
Yeah, I'm saying like you need to set it up so you keep.
Well, you know, I just got back. I probably been back 2 months, and like I say, getting back to everything. I have all the smart lights. I just don't have that part set up anymore. But yeah, that is a more efficient way to do it because, like I said, I do like having all the lights on, but I just got to get that system set back up again.
Just to let you guys know, I agree with Brandon's wife most of the time.
And like I said, it's okay to be wrong, and that's a part of it. But could I battle back and be like, no, I ain't turning no damn lights off, right? I could have that standpoint too.
Why you have that standpoint?
Because that's what people do. Because I want the lights on, so they're gonna be on, right? Whether it makes sense or not.
Do you want the light? Okay.
But is that not what certain people do with certain situations? What if I want to watch the football game downstairs and she want to watch something else?
You know, you're right.
Sometimes, like I said, you have to pick your battles, and sometimes you have to compromise, and sometimes you ain't gonna always watch what you want to watch on TV. That's just how it is. And sometimes you're gonna be watching stuff so much that you start to actually like the other programs. Like I didn't necessarily want to watch Snapped or some of the other murder shows, but now I'm getting so accustomed to watching it, I enjoy watching it.
You're right, Brandon. You do have to compromise. If a person likes something and it may not make sense to you, if you love the person, continue to do it. For example, is a hallway light upstairs that when she leaves, she want the hallway light on because when she gets in, if it's on, she can't have nobody like to jump on her or something.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
But I'm in the house. I'm damn near a killer.
But what if you're a second too slow, Mr. Killer?
Take it second too slow for okay. You got 3 hours to get me in the day.
I see what you're saying.
I could be in a deep sleep for 3 hours. I may not hear anything. So if it's within those 3 hours, it could be 7 a.m. to 10. You don't know what hours. But I usually can hear stuff. You know, at least once a month I grab the pistol, like, what was that? And I'm listening. I put my ears, you see,
right.
People got to use your senses. I put my ears on you. Be quiet. What's that?
Right.
Looking for the creeps. and what people know, if I say, Nicole, that's you.
Right. That's what I say.
No, if you don't say nothing, I'm busting. All right. So she's like, you let me know where you at? I said, nah. I said, well, you don't know what the angle I got. Because I could be in a certain spot when I'm holding, I'll shoot through all the floor. So I yell, that's what the police say. Police, come out with your head. They let you know, but you don't know the angles.
Sometimes they let you know.
But if you look, you won't see the police because they be on the side somewhere. Right. Like I always say, I know the place I live at better than a robber.
Correct.
So I know right here is the kitchen, right there is the sunroom, right here is the living room. You see what I'm saying? You see why I'm pointing? That's I can light all them areas up where I'm at.
I got you.
When I say yell out your name, you better answer. Or that because you know them things is one in the hold already. So if you want to go, we can go.
So you may be a trained killer on the low.
A what?
A trained killer on the low.
Well, I ain't no no, I'm a defender.
Okay, a defender.
That's it.
I like
defender. That. All right, money. Now, Brandon, how can money break up a relationship?
Not having enough. You having a set amount and somebody else having a set amount, but
can you remove that comment? I don't know how to remove it. All right.
Somebody having a set amount and you having a set amount, but they want to spend all your money or they don't want you to have access to their money. Like, money is a big thing, right? People are a little funny about money. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. We're going to rush it because I got another topic we want to talk about. I won't keep you too late.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing. I think they say money is the cause of most divorces. It's always money. When you look at Kendra G, all the women say 6 figures. When you talk to different women, most of the women say provider. And when they say provider, especially black women, when they say provider, they only talk about money. Right. So guys, if you don't got no money,
don't get married.
No. What?
Kinda.
Okay. Well, if you don't have no potential money, don't get married. Because these days the girls is checking for money. Just like the famous rapper, the legend, Cardi B says, when she say, guys with no money don't serve no kitty. So you gotta have, and I believe in that. Women should, Brandon, your daughter, when she get to age, should not be in a relationship with a guy who won't got zero money.
Okay, I agree with that. I was wondering where you was gonna go, but go ahead.
And zero opportunity to get some legal money.
Right. Correct. I think if you have a steady job, just say you got a steady career, but you're not making 6 figures, you have enough to take care of your bills, and you saving a little bit. Is that a good partner to have? Are you marriage quality?
I thought about this. If your man ain't making between $17 and $18 an hour, he don't deserve to have kids or have a baby.
Living where though?
Anywhere in the United States of America.
Why?
Because
I know why. Because you can't
afford
it. You can't afford it. But people still do it. What percentage? Because you do like percentages. What percentage of Americans, men, are making that? We'll just say our community. Let's say beautiful people for right now. What percentage of beautiful people are making over $17 an hour?
Man? Mm-hmm. The majority of them.
But do you think that majority are the ones having kids?
No.
Right.
Great to tell you, guys. Right. Let's say if the average black man go make $46,000,
right?
But in the heads of the average black woman, they want a guy that make $53 an hour, 100,000.
Right.
So if you don't have that 6-pack or the swag, 6-pack swag or 6 figures, they may not check for you, man. They may not.
Is that fair? Is that fair? I guess you can want what you want.
It is.
We ain't gonna get too deep. Yeah, it is what it is.
But money
is very important.
Is not important. Brandon said a guy may divorce a woman because they want a new partner. What you mean about a new partner? What they owe? Why they want a new partner? What's wrong?
Well, sometimes, man, I guess, they've been dating or they've been married for 10, 15 years. Now they're in, well, let's say 45, they're heading to 50. They may want somebody in their 20s. Again, they may be in a midlife crisis and feel like they're not happy with their partner and they want to upgrade or they want a newer model. Let's just say that.
I'm not married, but I think Brandon, how you explained this, is making some shit up.
So you don't think this happens? You don't think married men in their 40s? I'm not saying it happens a lot. I'm just okay. Saying, do you think young girls are
Let me rewind it.
Okay, go ahead.
Are they having enough sex? Yes or no?
No.
So that's not a new partner. That's not having enough sex.
Or they're not having what they want.
What you mean? Hold on. Not on the same page. What else you got, Brandon? That's why I don't like your last thing. What else you got? You got to be bigger than that.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're not happy with the person and you want somebody different, like all these kind of things can lead up to wanting a new partner or a younger partner. Don't you see a lot of older men with younger girls?
Yeah, because they wasn't on the same page and they wasn't getting enough sex.
So what you're saying is
hold on. Let me stop. Okay, let me stop. Because if you have a lot of money, you may want something young and fresh.
Right. Yeah, and that's your prerogative, right?
But usually you ain't gonna leave your wife for something young and fresh. You have your wife and you had the side piece.
Yeah, but you were saying some of the reasons why they may get a divorce, and depending on how you're if you got a prenup or not, you may just want to just go ahead and dump her off, and you want to start your new life with your side chick because she like, I just think we should just be getting married because I'm just tired of playing the side chick role, right? And I'm not going to be dealing with you anymore if you're not going to take us to the next level.
Well, Brandon said most people do not sign up for Donald Trump style marriages. Donald Trump has a 10-year or 20-year clause in his marriage, so he usually, by law, he has to be married to a person 10 to 20, I think 10 years before they get anything. Okay. So most people don't sign up to be dumping them off like that. But guys, if you want to read about the contradictions in the Bible that we talked about the first message, read Matthew's 19th chapter, verse 8-9. I ain't gonna put it up there, so I want you to do a little work. Hey, Brandon, put Mr. Taylor's thing on there.
What Taylor? What do you mean?
He said had joint accounts.
Oh.
I'm about to do one more presentation, then we could call it quit. I think y'all guys will like it. There are a lot of issues that's facing the black community, from relationships between mother and father, and the failure of passing down standards, integrity, and duty, from the lack of education or the debt load from higher education. Go to school, they say, but no opportunity on graduation day. From incarceration to low-skill occupation that marches in gentrification. Well, the time has come. It's time for a change. My book, From Zero to 200K, will outline the steps I use to change my social and economical status. Learn the steps I took to lower my expenses. Learn the steps I took to increase my income. Learn the steps I took to increase my credit and keep a good credit score. Learn about how I generate wealth. Most importantly, how I got God involved in my life.
By the time you finish this book, you'll be ready to control your finances with a renewed vigor, knowing that you can accomplish your goals if you apply yourself and make good decisions over the long term. From 0 to 200K with faith, relationships, strippers, jobs, college, hustles, and heartbreak taught me about finance. It's a must read for every black person in America. Hit the link below and let's get to work.